Good morning, church. It is Holy Saturday. After the events of Good Friday, the Jewish reckoning of a day would start at nightfall on that evening. So Friday night at nightfall, that would be the beginning of the Sabbath, the Saturday. And so they were in a hurry to get Jesus' body down from the cross and into the tomb so that they could not have him up on the Sabbath, as well as not be working on the Sabbath. And in Luke chapter 23, the end of chapter 23, it says, the women who had come with him from Galilee followed and saw the tomb and how his body was laid. Then they returned and prepared spices and ointments. On the Sabbath, they rested according to the commandment. The Sabbath was meant to be a day of rest from work, from labor. And all the way back, that goes back to the creation in Genesis. It says in the end of Genesis chapter 1, God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day God finished his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done in creation. And here's the amazing tie-in. In 6 days, God created everything that is. And not because he was tired, not because he was exhausted, but because he was satisfied with what he had done. He rested. Jesus came to die for your sins on the cross. In 6 hours about on the cross, he finished the work he came to do. He paid the price in full. He cried out from the cross before he died, "It is finished." It is finished. He had accomplished, not creation, but now God had accomplished redemption, our redemption, your redemption, my redemption. He finished the work. And on the seventh day, on the Sabbath, God rested. Jesus rested in the tomb. He finished the work. What's interesting is the religious leaders who were so concerned during Jesus' ministry about what he was running around doing on the Sabbath. He was doing good. He was healing people. He was making sick people well. He was raising the dead. His disciples were eating, having a snack, and they were all bent out of shape about, oh, you're breaking the Sabbath, you're working on the Sabbath. These religious leaders on the Sabbath, the next day, that is, after the day of preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered before Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember how that impostor said while he was still alive, 'After 3 days I will rise.' Therefore order the tomb to be made secure until the third day, lest his disciples go and steal him away and tell the people he has risen from the dead. And the last fraud will be worse than the first." Pilate said to them, "You have a guard of soldiers. Go, make it as secure as you can." So they went and made the tomb secure by sealing the stone and setting a guard. You've got the religious leaders who were so concerned about keeping the Sabbath now going to Pilate, making a official request, getting a guard, going to the tomb, running around, scurrying around, doing all this work, trying to keep a dead man they had crucified in his tomb. And we know what they tried to do was futile, because tomorrow we're going to celebrate Resurrection Sunday. And so I hope you can tune in and join us to worship Jesus, the risen King and Lord, the one who is alive and living and with us today. He said, "I will never leave you and never forsake you." He's with us right now. And so tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Ephraim Church of the Bible, we're gonna sing, even though we may not be able to gather together. We want you to tune in and join us and sing your hearts out to Jesus, because he's risen from the dead. He finished the work. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow morning.